All right, and up next we got Matt Frevola taking on Terrance McKinney. Frevola, 31 years old, 5'9", 71-inch reach with the 8-2 record. The comeback on McKinney, he's 26 years old, 5'10", with a 74-inch reach with a 10-3 record. So Frevola, breaking down his last couple fights, he does have a loss coming in here. That was against Arman Tsurian. And if anybody knows who Arman is, that's not a bad loss to have. He's a hell of a fighter. He's probably a top 10, should be top 10 at least. Super well rounded and whatnot. And he pretty much did what Frevola tries to do to his opponents, was just go out there and be the heavier grappler and just impose his will throughout the whole fight. So going before that, he had a lot of fights foul out throughout the whole year. So before that Arman fight, he was on a 2-year skid. He didn't fight for almost 2 years. And his last fight before that was against Luis Pena and Jalen Turner, when he had a split decision and a unanimous decision. And if anybody knows about the way Matt Frevola fights, he's kind of basic, man. He just wants to grind the fight out. Not great at standing up or anything like that. He hardly looks for submissions, although he does have a few on his record. But he's not there to get out position. Once he has position, he loves to ride it out. He loves to throw little pitter pat strikes to just try to win the round out. The comeback on McKinney, he is coming off a fight which just last week, I believe, wasn't it? Yeah, 5 days ago he just had a fight, which was at 160 pounds, and this one's going to be at 155. So Mark did mention to me earlier when we were talking about it, he's going to be cutting weight back to back. Hopefully that 60 being at 160 and then cutting down to 55 doesn't hurt him too much. But yeah, man, his last fight last week, he obliterated the dude. He ended up getting him on the ground, and it was curtains, man. He hit him with some vicious ground and pound. He showed his power. Fight before that, Tonino Gavino, back in April, had a head kick at the first round, starch dude. So he's coming off these first round starches where he's just mauling his competition. He does have a few losses before those, and it was to Derek Minner. Anybody who knows Derek Minner is, he's super vet, but just super dangerous grappler. All of his wins are by submission, and he got triangle choked on that one. And he also has a loss in the Contender Series to Sean Woodson, who is a solid fighter as well. We just seen him last week get a win against Yusuf Zalal. So yeah, man, his losses aren't too bad, but his wins are they're vicious. So I'm excited to see this fight. I just think he's not going to have anything. He's going to come out blazing. That's what's going to happen. He's going to come out blazing and try to put Frevola out of there quickly, because if not, it's going to be a downhill slope for McKinney. He's about to just get steamrolled.
Yeah. I agree 100%. So yeah, due to the unfortunate car accident with Frank Camacho, so now we got the late notice replacement in T-Rex McKinney. He's a very exciting fighter, and we all know about the Sean Woodson fight on the Dana White Contender Series, where he did take the L in that fight. He is coming off that sick win last week in LFA. He's an All-American wrestler. He has good striking. He's a finisher. He's an all-around fighter, is McKinney. But like we said earlier, man, I think that cutting weight 2 times in a week it's just not ideal, especially against someone like Frevola, who's just gonna come in, wrestle heavy, anything after the first round, where McKinney's gonna come out blazing, like you said, and try to get that finish. I think Frevola's just really gonna start to take over. Frevola has a great gas tank. He's a tremendous grappler. He's steady going for the for the takedowns. His striking, it ain't the best at all. But he's just a real grind him out type of fighter, and I agree with you when you say that. I think after round 1, it's steamroller all the way to the win. For his record right there, I mean, he has only one knockout win out of his 8 wins, and then he also has 1 knockout loss, does Matt Frevola. And Terrance on the other end, he has 4 knockout wins, 4 submission wins, so 8 total finishes out of his 10 total wins. So
9 in the, or you said 8, so 7 in the first round.
7 in the first round, dude. He's a killer, and that's just where he's gonna have to to do that again. He's gonna have to keep that trend going and get a first round finish, because after that, Matt's just really gonna take over, and his wrestling is gonna just gonna go full force, especially with McKinney cutting that weight two times in a week. I don't care who you are. I always think back to Ferguson, and then it's just not a good idea to cut weight like that. And I couldn't see the lines yet. I don't know if maybe it's because they just placed this. Do you have any lines on this one as of yet?
I do see them. So Frevola minus 280 and McKinney plus 240. The under 2.5 minus 175.
So on that, I mean, I like Frevola to win, first of all, as pure pick. But at those odds, I think Matt Frevola is something good to throw in a parlay. I do, but I also think a prop bet on a first round finish from McKinney is not bad at all.
I mean, it's kind of like how Jordan Wright was. Remember a couple of weeks ago where he was just blowing everybody out in that first round. It's kind of, I mean, do you try to go for that easy hanging fruit, and get burned? Sometimes it happens, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it pays out. I definitely want to see the weigh-ins.
Yeah.
See how he looks. If he looks good, I'm definitely on a prop bet for McKinney once they hit the market.
I'm with you. Pure pick though, I am taking Steamroller Frevola.
I'm still on the fence, man. If McKinney looks good, like he looks like he's not affected by the weight cut, finisher like that, man. Like maybe it's the recency bias because like we just watched him. Just watched him 5 days ago, and when he hit, dude, you seen the guy go instantly, and it was some power, man. So that's just 5 days ago. He's carrying that power. Maybe it's recency bias, but I guess if I have to make a pure pick, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick the dog. I'm gonna take McKinney.
All right. If you want to hear some bias, stay tuned. All right, Terrance McKinney Frevola. We're on the opposite end on this one, but I'm with you, man. T-Rex might be able to get a stoppage here, man. He's a beast. So yeah, this one's gonna be an interesting fight.